Am I the arsehole for demanding my fiancé and his mom to pay for a new wedding dress? Me 26F and my fiancé 28M been engaged for 4 months. We're planning on having our wedding on October 18th. My future mother-in-law kept annoying me and sending me suggestions for choosing the right wedding dress, and said that she knew better and tried to get me to approve of wedding dresses that she chose, and when she couldn't enforce her decision she demanded that I take her with me to buy my wedding dress so she could have an opinion. Before I went shopping I called her to ask if she wanted to come but started making excuses about how busy she was with my sister-in-law. I went shopping with my mom and I was able to find a really nice dress, although it cost me a little over what I saved up for, but it was worth it. I made some changes to it and it was perfect. It arrived to my apartment at the end of the week. I made sure it was stored in a safe place so it doesn't get ruined. Yesterday, I got back from my mom's house, and found that my fiancé wasn't home, neither was the dress. I called him immediately knowing that he must have taken it to show it to his mom, since she continuously asked to see it and refused to have me send her pictures of it on Facebook. I was so mad when it was confirmed that my fiancé took it to show it to his mom. He said he was gonna be home in 30 minutes after he went to the supermarket. I waited for longer than I had to, and then when he arrived I ran to get my dress that was buried underneath grocery bags. I took it to check on it and its zipper was broken and the dress itself, fabric, was stretched out. I was like, what the fuck happened to it? My mother-in-law must have tried it on, because it looked ruined. The straps were almost loose. I had to call my mother-in-law when my fiancé told me his mom and sister took turns to try it on. I was absolutely livid. She told me she did nothing wrong and that I was making a big deal out of it. She said she'd get a replacement for the broken zipper, but I told her to pay for a new dress since it was stretched out and no longer fitting. She refused and said that I probably wasn't happy with my dress choice and wanted her to pay so I could get a new one. I yelled at her for trying it on and ruining it, that she and my fiancé were responsible for ruining my dress so they should pay for a new one. It's done, no longer fitting, the straps are in a horrible condition. My mom said she'd pay for fixing it, but I just hate it now that someone else wore it before me. I'm mad at both of them and seriously considering postponing the wedding.
Not the asshole. Girl, do you hear yourself? Your fiancé took your wedding dress without permission and allowed multiple people to try it on. Do you understand how disrespectful and inappropriate that is? You not only have a bad mother-in-law problem, you have a huge fiancé problem. Needless to say, it'd be doing more than postponing.
You don't need a new dress, you need a new fiancé. Not the asshole. Don't marry him, you will always be second best to his mother and sister. What normal person tries on their future daughter-in-law, sister-in-law's wedding dress? And what's worse, he took it round to their place so they could do that. Read the mother-in-law from hell stories and then run away far and fast.
Not the asshole. First, your fiancé took your dress without your knowledge or permission. Second, they tried it on. Why though? That goes beyond common sense and what's right in my opinion. I think you should let them pay for it and get your fiancé involved. If he doesn't apologize and demand his family to repay you and apologize to you, maybe you should consider all this wedding thing, because stuff like that will keep happening in the future. Not the asshole. But I don't think you need a new dress as much as you need a whole new fiancé. You are signing up for a life of him intentionally enabling his family's shitty, disrespectful behavior.
Not the arsehole. And what kind of fiancé even looks at the wedding dress, never mind even taking it to people to look at and then letting them try it on? Yes, they should pay for a new dress but not be there to see it, and when it is ready store it at your mom's.
Not the asshole. You are incredibly lucky to have been given such a clear glimpse into what your life will look like if you marry this man. Throw the dress and the man away and go and live your best life. Not the asshole. He sucks for caving into their pressure and bringing the dress. His mom and sister suck for destroying your property. Someone needs to pay to have this fixed to your satisfaction, and from the sounds of it, it probably needs to be replaced with an identical non-ruined dress. If his mother and sister won't do it, then he needs to do it, because without him stealing the dress, it never would have been ruined. Remember that. He stole your property because his mother asked him to.
NTA, fuck everyone except you.
Not the asshole. Get a new fiancé. Not the asshole. Do not marry this man. It's only going to get worse. Trust me.
Not the asshole. And I would seriously question if you want to marry a guy who would do this to you when he clearly knows what his mother is like. He enabled it. He allowed it, and this would be a huge red flag.
Baby, do you know how much dick is out there? If he did this, imagine what he would do when y'all bought a house? Had kids? This is just the first of many. Go on r/justnormal and r/justnoso and you'll see it. Drop him and get a man that won't let his mother and sister try on your wedding dress that you bought. Oh, and not the asshole.
Everyone but you and your mother are assholes. Your fiancé isn't sticking up for you. FMIL and FSIL took turns wearing your wedding dress. Who does that? And I wouldn't be surprised if FMIL intended to sabotage the dress. Not the asshole and take them to small claims court if they don't pay up.
Not the asshole. You need a new fiancé and a new dress. Seriously, he took an dress that you personally spent a lot of money on without asking first and then let multiple people try it on. Why would you want to marry someone that shows such little respect for you?
Not the asshole. This is unacceptable behavior by both your fiancé and his family members. You mean to tell me his mother and sister tried on your dress? No. That is such a violation I cannot even. But the ultimate asshole is your fiancé. He went behind your back by stealing your dress. Was he even supposed to see it before the wedding? And taking it to his parents, betraying your trust. If he doesn't fully apologize and take your side, insisting to his mother that she pay for a new dress, then call off this wedding. This behavior will only get worse as time goes on. Trust me.
Not the asshole. His mom and sister are weirdos for wearing it without your permission and before your wedding. What the fuck does that? Your fiancé also didn't see the problem with taking your dress and letting his family basically ruin it. Why are you marrying into this family? A cancelled wedding is cheaper than a divorce.
Not the asshole. Other than the fact that the groom isn't supposed to see the dress, them having tried it on or even him taking it without your permission is just wrong.
Not the asshole. You need to seriously, calmly consider whether the relationship is repairable, not the dress.
Did you hear that? It's the universe that tells you, do not marry him.
Not the asshole. Get the money for the ruined dress, then break your engagement and break up with him. You're lucky he showed you where his true loyalties lied before the wedding. Divorces are time-consuming and expensive.
Not the asshole, but they all are. Your fiancé shouldn't have took the dress there. They shouldn't have even seen it without you there or your approval. The fact that they tried it on is absolutely a huge ass no. Never would I assume I could ever try on another person's wedding dress, so it is really disrespectful that they did. To top it off, they stretched it and busted it. You saved for it, you picked it, you paid for it, you have every right to have them replace it. I would be pissed too. This was a huge disrespect towards you.
Not the asshole. Why are you marrying this man? I'd run so far from this entire family.
Not the asshole, but your fiancé should know better than to let his mother and sister try on your wedding dress. Might be time to consider if this is the person you want to spend your life with.
And just wait for one of them to potentially comment at your wedding that either of them looked better in it than you to someone. This is seriously effed up. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole, run.
Not the asshole. Because, clearly, they had no business trying on your once-in-a-lifetime dress before you got married in it. Duh. Seems fiancé doesn't understand what went wrong. He just tried to please his mom. Is he a people pleaser? Make the mistake clear. Is he a car person? Then, what if he bought a brand new car, got it delivered to his driveway, and your dad, or other in-laws, would take it for a spin and bring it back dented and scratched and just offered a refill for the gas? While the car was supposed to go on show. Replace car with whatever would work for him to realize his mistake. His mom's wishes aren't always on the right path. This was pure selfishness.
Not the asshole. Trust me. Don't marry into this mess. He will always listen to his mom and you'll live a life of just normal.
Not the asshole. He sucks and they're weird for wearing a sil dress. I would cancel the wedding. Did he like seeing his mother in the dress?
Not the asshole, but literally everyone else is. A fiancé should not do that to you. Horrific. Your day, I imagine, will also be tainted with the memory of it. This sounds more like AR relationship_advice post. Not the asshole and try to get out of that relationship.
Of course not the asshole. What she did is obviously inappropriate, but your fiancé is also very much in the wrong here. I know Reddit is always very quick to jump onto the dump him train, but I think you should, at the very least, have a serious talk with him about respecting boundaries and properties and him sticking up for you.
Not the asshole, of course. Who the hell tries out someone else's wedding dress that they have already altered to fit them? I mean, really. Forget your future Mill and Sill. The person who you should be really mad at is your fiancé. This cannot have happened without some kind of planning by your future Mill and Sill, and the active connivance of your fiancé. What is his explanation for not only taking the dress to show his mom and sister without your approval, but also, more importantly, standing around while they tried it on? WTF.
Not the asshole. And if I were you, I would avoid marrying into this dysfunctional bunch. Clearly, fiancé doesn't have any sort of boundaries with mommy dearest. NTA, I seriously don't understand why people seem to think it's okay to try on someone else's wedding dress, especially if it's apparent. Like, why?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Not the asshole for all the reasons everyone gave, but also because he put groceries on the dress. Something easily could have leaked, poked, scratched, etc. the dress. So it sounds like his family is unbearable. He does not respect your wishes, he fails to set boundaries with his family, and he's so careless that he puts groceries on top of expensive, delicate items. If I were in your situation, I would not trust him to have my best interests at heart, to communicate with me, or to be able to handle anything valuable. Personally, all of those would be deal-breakers for me. I know you must be stressed with the wedding so close, but for your sake, I sincerely hope you call it off. Good luck.
Not the asshole. You don't need a new dress, you need a new fiancé.
Not the asshole. They all are. Your fiancé is out of order. There's no way he could have thought that taking your dress to his mother was okay. As for his mother and sister, that's just awful behavior. They sounds like a nightmare. Are you sure you're ready for them to become family?
Not the asshole. And I'm guessing this is far from the first time boundaries have been crossed. Is it the norm for your fiancé to defend his mom's actions towards you?
Not the asshole. Damn. No one should be wearing that dress but you. Not trying it on, not anything. I am outraged for you. I would feel like they ruined it. It's supposed to be yours and special, not a costume for them to wear. They should 100% pay at least the cost, and whatever extra there might be if the next one you find costs more. Your fiancé shouldn't have let them near it. He absolutely shouldn't have taken it to them or let them try it on. He shouldn't be defending them. Where are his boundaries? Where is he thinking of you? If you have to marry him, you should disinvite them. You need to come down hard on boundary violation consequences with people like this. Damn. I'm so sorry for you.
Honestly, you should take them to small claims court if they don't pay you back. Save all the texts and messages. Take pictures. Wedding dresses are not cheap.
Not the asshole. Run. Run right now. This sounds like a toxic mama's boy. It won't be you that wins. Here. Edit. Typo. Here was. He. Which conveys. Well, not what I meant to convey. Not the asshole. This might be the first time some crazy shit like this happened, but it's definitely not going to be the last. Do you want to spend the rest of your life with this kind of insane drama? What the hell is wrong with all of them?
Not the asshole. And yay, please think things through before marrying him. If she is being this entitled now, then she is only going to get worse if you go through with the wedding. You might want to talk with a lawyer depending on the price of the dress to get them to pay you back.
Not the asshole. That family is toxic AF. Do not marry him. Run. Take them all to small claims to reimburse you for the cost of the dress they destroyed and then ghost them all. Marrying him will mean a lifetime of deferring to mommy on all things. He will bow and cater to her at every opportunity and you will always come second. Imagine having children. She will raise them because he'll happily take them to her anytime she says to, regardless of what you want. You won't decide on where you live, where you work, what names your kids have, what clothes they wear, nothing. They'll be her do-over babies and you'll just be the broodmare. I'm sorry if this sounds harsh, but these people are literally waving red flags at you and you're underreacting to it.
Not the asshole. Are you prepared to be the second woman in your marriage? Because that's where you're headed. He will always try to please her and you will always be the bad guy for sticking up for yourself. Is that what you want for yourself and your children?
What does your fiancé say to this? Just out of curiosity. Still not the asshole.
I know you are shocked, but honestly you should drop the fiancé and his entire family. He has no respect for you and no boundaries with his family. It will only get worse after the honeymoon phase is gone. Save yourself op. Not the arsehole. Not the arsehole, and postponing the wedding might not be the worst idea.